All right, Teddy Allen. Should the Ravens trade for James Bradberry? What are you going to do at nickel is my real concern. I don't think Bradberry plays. And you can put Marlon Humphrey in there at points. They've done that before as kind of like the shadow flex piece along the cornerback spot. But I also don't know if that is a likely outcome. I don't think Bradberry's an ideal fit for the Ravens. So I don't hate it, but not the path I'd probably go. Who has been the NFL's biggest offseason loser so far? Maybe it's the Chiefs after the Tyreek Hill trade, although I thought they were crushing the offseason before that. Let me know in the comments who the biggest loser was. You guys can be a hater. Let me know in the comments which team you think is in the worst spot. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know who the biggest offseason loser is so far. You can be mean. It's a safe spot to do that. From Tom Downey. Is that me with a fake mustache on his profile picture? Wow, I can't grow a mustache that good. There's just no way. This is about as deep and thick as it'll get. Can David Ojabo fall to Seattle at pick 40 after his injury? If he does, we should take him and Bernard Raymond back-to-back. Sauce Gardner in round 1. Quick note on Raymond, and then Gardner will talk more on Ojabo because I know a lot of people have questions on that. I don't think Raymond's there, and I kind of don't think Sauce Gardner's there for you either. So just keep that in mind. But I do think there's a very good chance Ojabo is there in the second round. I think the draft range for Ojabo is kind of 40 to 75-ish. I feel horrible for Ojabo. He was going to be a top 25 pick. And now he's not going to be. And hopefully it's less Sidney Jones recovery, which he's maybe just now getting back to the guy I thought he could be out of Washington, in Seattle of all places, and more Cam Akers. Some teams that I think make sense. 40-41 for Seattle, maybe 72 if he really slides. The Ravens at 45, they could be a good fit there, at 76 too. Falcons at 58 and 74. I would love his fit in KC at 62. And the Giants at 67-81 if they don't take an edge rusher early. Those teams, outside of maybe Atlanta, are in a position where they don't have to win right now. Whether they are rebuilding or in a contender status, they don't desperately need edge rush help immediately. They need help, don't get me wrong, but they could afford to wait a year for Ojabo. So what do you think? Who will draft him? The Michigan edge rusher, David Ojabo, in round 1, 2, or 3? Make your predictions for me in the comments section right now. All Giants 24/7. Skip Bayless to the Giants trade for Baker Mayfield. Do you agree? Thanks. First off, thank you for being so nice for asking your question. No, I don't. You're going to take on Baker's contract, and then you've got Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones, and if you add all three of those guys, we got maybe one good NFL QB. I don't know if Baker fixes your QB issue. So if he gets cut and you sign him, sure. Adding the big contract and throwing money his way and a draft pick the Giants way or the Browns way in theory, no, I don't think that's a very likely outcome here for the New York Giants. Cameron Alfrey, how you doing today? I'm doing good, Cameron. Thank you for asking. Should the Giants have traded Daniel Jones or not? I mean, I would have looked into it, but who wants Daniel Jones? I don't think Jones has trade value is your problem there. So from the Giants' perspective, you're probably better off, giving him a chance, seeing what he can do with this new offense. If it fails again, move on, draft somebody early next year. Cameron Alfrey, can Odell Beckham come back to the Giants to win the playoffs or the Super Bowl? I think that bridge has been burned. I want to see what Giants report host Marshall feels about Odell Beckham to the Giants. He's shaking his head no, but he loves Odell Beckham. He says Odell Beckham is the greatest receiver in franchise history. So, I get it, but no, I would be shocked if OBJ went back to the Giants. Mr. Palmieri, 32. Tom, you are wrong on the Giants. We attacked our O-line this offseason, putting them at least a B-. Yeah, but did you get good football players? Like, Matt Gano is not good. You got Mark Glowinski. That's a starter, but I don't think that they're like, oh, yeah, now we're good on the offensive line with those players. Like, you still are looking for a right tackle. Probably want a better center. Like, I I think you weren't going to spend big money. So if you want to grade on a curve, cool. But when your biggest, sexiest signing and best one by a margin is Mark Glowinski, come on, that's not a B- grade. All right, who do you think will be the number 1 overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft? I'm going Aiden Hutchinson, but I want to hear from you. Drop a name for me, a prediction in the comment section right now. Mr. Payne, 522. Do you see any teams double dipping in the same position in the first round, i.e. the Chiefs pick 2 receivers in round 1? I think the 2 that make sense the most to me is the Chiefs and the Packers. What if they were to double dip at the wide receiver spot? Your other teams with multiple first-round picks, the Giants and Jets, if I can cheat by saying 2 offensive linemen for New York, for the Giants, I think that could make sense. I don't know if the Jets would double dip. Philadelphia has 3 first-round picks. I think they're going to spread that out over multiple positions. So the ones that I would watch for are the Chiefs, like you mentioned, and the Packers going wide receiver as well. Folks, we've got daily NFL news, rumors, trades, draft, free agency, and oh, so much more. So if you haven't already, subscribe. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. From Felicia Ballard, what's the news on the Honey Badger? Very quiet so far. There's been nothing going on here in terms of the Honey Badger's market. It's been surprisingly quiet. There's been some fake reports out there. He'll sign at some point soon, I think. NFL Daily is now also on Rumble. And if you guys want exclusive content, such as NFL Daily After Hours on Rumble and uncensored videos on that video platform, go follow us, rumble.com/NFL Daily. I'll put the link in the comment section and in the description. Help support us over there so we can dominate just like we are on YouTube. From Pat Rick, what's your favorite QB trade and least favorite QB trade? Okay, Carson Wentz, least favorite, not even close. Horrible trade. Horrible trade. It's not popular. I think the Falcons one for Matt Ryan's actually kind of good. Or for the Colts side of it, I should say. Like, to get back a better QB, short term, of course, for less than what you got back for Carson Wentz, I think is a huge win for Indy. From Joka, where will Baker Mayfield land? It's not Carolina. I'm going to guess Jimmy G for Carolina. Maybe Baker goes to the Seahawks? If it's not Seattle, I don't know who's trading for him. Do you just hold him and hope for a Sam Bradford situation? Maybe. That could be a decent path, I guess. So what do you think? Where will Baker play in 2022? I don't think it's back in Cleveland, but make your predictions for me in the comments section right now. Where do you think Baker ends up next season? 508 Cole, 508. Which division is the worst now in the NFL? Had Brady not gone back to the Buccaneers, I definitely would have said the NFC South. Still might be the NFC South. I think it's the NFC South, NFC East, neck and neck with each other, and then probably the NFC North. And then the West is good. The West is good. The AFC's loaded across the board.